When I was growing up, especially grade school, a lot of the books in the library that we were able to get out were the Dr. Seuss books. And one of the Dr. Seuss books that always stuck with me was Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am, or something along those lines. Well, another thing from my childhood is my grandmother used to always make us spinach scrambled eggs. And, well, the other day I heard the green eggs and ham thing, and I'm like, oh, that would be so cool. So we're going to try that. Here's some leftover frozen spinach from the other night when I made a kind of a spinach pasta bake thing with some cottage cheese and sour cream and mozzarella and all the good stuff. But had some leftover spinach and thought we would go ahead and see if we could whip up some green eggs and ham to try through the freeze dryer. So, see what we got here. That's probably half a package of frozen spinach. I'm gonna put 8 eggs. There's 6. Let's see how that whips up. I know back east, a lot of the sub shops you could go to, you could order spinach and egg sandwich. It's really good. Now, I'm not going to season this at all because once it's freeze dried and we rehydrate, I think I'm going to need a couple more eggs. Okay, make that 10 eggs. Whatever. Here we go. Let's get it onto a tray here. So, there you go, 10 eggs and half a bag of spinach. Slap a lid on it. And then on this tray, we've got some ham. This is the farmland ham. I mean, I think it's processed in some way because that don't look like any kind of just actual cut of pork. But it makes really good breakfast ham. So, green eggs, ham. I'm going to put these in the freezer overnight. And then tomorrow morning, 4:30 or whatever time I roll out of bed, they will go into the freeze dryer along with a tray of meat sauce, a tray of chicken and rice with olives, and a tray of the pasta that I made the other day. I believe that's the other one. Whatever. I'll show you that tomorrow morning when I load it up. Till then, just hold on tight. We'll be right back. So, next morning, everything's going to be frozen up good overnight. Close down the drain valve and then add a little bit of oil to the vacuum pump and get the pump put back together. Here's the filter medium and the muffler. Got the Blue Alpine fired up and starting to cool down. And we get our trays out of the fridge. This run is going to be the tray of the ham slices and the spinach and egg mixture. And no, I was not trying to get dizzy. I just turned around to see if the freezer had closed itself. So the ham goes on the bottom shelf, followed by the spinach and egg mixture. And then we will finish off the 5 trays with a tray of meat sauce. And this is a tray of chicken and rice. And another tray of chicken and rice, but this one has the olives in it. So get her shut down, get her started up. We'll run a couple of hours on the freeze just to make sure that the chamber is fully chilled down before it goes into the dry cycle. And we're back. She's run the dry cycle. It looks like it ran about 22 hours. And we will equalize the pressure by opening the drain valve, and then we'll start taking out the product. First thing we got there is the ham slices, and then our spinach egg mixture, the meat sauce, checking for cold spots there to make sure it's been thoroughly dried. Everything feels good, so we'll go ahead and throw the machine into the defrost mode and get it ready for the next run. So we'll get the Ninja prepped. We're going to throw the spinach egg mixture into Ninja and grind it down into a powder so that we can jar it up or bag it up and then have it so that we just have to add water to it and cook it like you would normally cook your scrambled eggs. I got a feeling it's going to be pretty good stuff, so I don't want to waste any of it. I'll get it all put in there. Powdered up quite well. We'll get a jar and put some in the jar here. I am going to have some in a jar, and I'm also going to take and vacuum seal and put up on the shelf, but the rest I'm going to take upstairs because here later on or tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and try and reconstitute the ham and the egg mixture. Get our vacuum sealer on and get that jar going. And look at me labeling stuff. And there's Sadie, come down to see what's going on. So I grabbed one of the small Mylar bags. Usually put candy in these, but I thought, I wonder how the ham would do in that. So I'm just going to put a few slices of ham in there, seal it up, and then put it up on the shelf and check it in a couple of weeks and see how it does in there. So looks like we need another jar. This is how I get my steps in every day, believe it or not. The rest of the spinach and egg mixture goes in there. Top it off. Now, you know what? Let's throw the ham in there as well. One less thing to clean up. Yep, Sadie got her treat. She's smart girl, real smart girl. Okay, set this stuff aside. And the next thing we're going to do is bag up the meat sauce. And now that meat sauce is not going to be, it's not going to be around very long. It'll probably get used up this weekend. So I won't bother with the oxygen absorber. But it's just insane how, if you look at it, it's all, I mean, it's like, feels like styrofoam, like cardboard. It's light as can be. And just break it up in pieces, stick it in the bag. And, with the freeze dryer, you can put it up, come back in 20 years and cook it up, and it's like you made it the day before. Take that upstairs with us later. And now for the chicken and rice. It's amazing how quickly you can establish a well-stocked pantry with the use of your freeze dryer. One of the things you hear a lot of these people say is, don't store anything you won't eat. You know, right now I think I've got 3 or 4 big cans of the, what do you call it, tamales, canned tamales on the shelf. I don't know where they came from, but they've been up there for 4 or 5 years now, and we don't eat them. So if I bought them, I wasted money. Well, heck, I don't know where they came from. But don't bother making stuff with your freeze dryer that you're not going to eat. You know, just because you go in the store and they're having a sale on asparagus, you don't buy it unless you like it. You know, I'm not a big asparagus fan, so I don't care if they're giving it away. I'm not going to stock up on it. But here we go. We get 1 bag filled up. Take and put it through the heat sealer, and it'll go up into long-term storage. Always remember to re-vacuum seal your jar full of oxygen absorbers, otherwise they'll go bad. And I mean, they're not expensive, but you know, why spend money on something that you don't have to? I'm putting the rest of the rice into a jar that's going to go upstairs. Here we are. It's later on that day, and we're going to see about reconstituting this stuff and see how it does. Just by the feel of the ham, I got a feeling that's going to take some time. Like I said, it's not a natural cut. It's processed in somehow and condensed or compressed or whatever. So I figure it's going to take a while to absorb enough water to make it a usable meat again. Not that it won't be good, but it's just going to take a little time. Add a little water to the egg and spinach mixture, and we'll let it sit as well. As far as ratios of what to add, measuring, yeah, you can do it, but you know what? Just play it by ear. Make sure that you've added enough water so that it has the same consistency that it had before you put it in the freeze dryer. Get our pans ready, and we'll come back here in a little bit and get ready to do some cooking. So it's been about 35-40 minutes since I put the ham into the water and mixed up the egg mixture, and we're going to go ahead and cook it up and give it a try and see how it is. Using the cast iron skillet for the ham, and then the Hexclad we'll go ahead and cook the eggs in. You know, this would be really, you know, a fun thing to do if you got little kids or grandkids. You know, they've all read the Dr. Seuss books. What do we have for breakfast, Grampy? Green eggs and ham. What? Yeah, you heard it here. So here we go. We mixed up the egg mixture and add it to the pan, and yeah, it looks absolutely just insane. But I mean, it is what it is. It's scrambled egg with spinach, and it's going to be scrambled eggs and spinach after it's been freeze dried. Little house seasoning on it. Let it cook. Use the silicone spatula there to move it around. I don't care how tough they say these Hexclads are. I still will not use a metal utensil in it. Becky paid way too much for me to take a chance of scratching those things up. So we'll go ahead and see about flipping the ham over. It was still a little bit on the rigid side even after sitting in the water for 30 minutes. I guess the proof will be in how does it taste and what is the texture as it's cooked. Having trouble flipping stuff over there. So the eggs are done. Kill the heat there. And we'll grab a plate and see about serving some of this up, and we'll give it a taste. And That's really good. Took about 25 minutes for the ham to reconstitute. And it's probably, well, not probably, but it's definitely a little tougher than it was before the freeze drying process. So it's got more like a bacon texture than the ham. It's like I said, just a little tougher, but really good. And the green eggs, oh my goodness. Sam, I am? Dude, you're wrong. The green eggs and ham is good to go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you showing up. You want to treat the kids to a little something weird for breakfast? Green eggs and ham. There you go. Talk to you guys in the next one. Be well, be safe. And live long and freeze dry.